Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Ladder Legends replay analysis. Today, we're going to be going over number one of Red's games, and it might be against a familiar face. We got some absolute idiot over here in the corner named Groovy. But yeah, this is a game that I decided to play a game right when I woke up. And what do you know? Who else was searching? I offered him the game because this account is way lower MMR on Protoss than my other account. So I say way lower, like 100, 200, and actually I think it's like 199 points or something right now, like lower, like nothing crazy, but so basically, like, there's a better chance that I wouldn't have queued against him if I queued on the other account. I didn't know this. Like I said, first game on this morning, so I offered it to him. He very respectably declined. But yeah, so this game I decided to not play how I normally play. I normally play Twilight Council. However, I decided to play Robo this game. I've been experimenting with Robo the last couple of days, just trying it out. Just wanting something a little different, you know? I didn't Reaper Wall. I thought about it, but I still decided to put the second pylon down here because I know that Red likes to do Reaper Hellion. And look at that. Here we go. So, I think you could have very quickly run out the shield battery energy here had you tried to attack these probes out of range of the Adept. Now, granted, this is a lot more micro-intensive, but the Nexus provides basically 4 range worth of blocking. So it's like the Adept has to get like a little bit past the Nexus to actually be able to shoot at you. That's why you can just go back and forth around the Nexus and there's nothing that the Adept can do. And at the bare minimum, right, if you do this, I can't go back to mining immediately. But I mean, it was still good. It was good indirect damage. Also, my pro production wasn't fantastic this game. I noticed that, like, during the middle. All right, we're going for the mine drop. Yeah, I remember that's what came next. In the middle. So, on this map, I do block this wall off, but I was going to say that maybe the Reaper should go into the main while the mine drop goes, like, natural into main. But I think we do Reapers in the natural, mine drop in the main, right? So, this is one problem with playing the same build every game, right? It's like, I know that this is coming. I'm playing Robo, so I'm playing differently than I normally would be, right? But I do know that some sort of mine drop is going. Like, I already have units on the outsides of my bases. I have an observer over here. I see just Marines here, which you never that would mean the factory was super idle plus Starport being idle. So it's like I know the mine drop's coming. But yeah, see it in here, pull away. So you should just burrow immediately right here. You walked forward a little bit. This is what caused this mine to die. I just for reference, and also these guys are kind of shooting nothing. Now the first one, you tried to chase probes a little bit. I understand that one, and you didn't know that there were a bunch of extra units down here. But this one, if you burrow them immediately the second you drop out, you at least get a shot off, right? Which a shot off is better than no shot off. Because like now we don't lose anything. Are going into the 3-1-1 behind it. Which, once again, I remember, so 2 or 3 things before we go into this. Going Robo first into straight into Colossi is the way to handle some sort of like 3-1-1 push like this, because it's very unlikely you're going to have Vikings, because you want to be making medevacs for the amount of bio units you have. Plus, Richie's done this to me like 3 or 4 times already. And going Twilight as an opening, I have not been able to hold it yet. Now, going against you, I know that you've been doing that build as well, right? So it's just like, I want to try Robo and see how it works against it. So basically, I'm trying to hard counter what you're doing. And with the early game going as well for me as it did just now, it doesn't seem like it's going to be... Like, I think I have a way better chance of defending it this time. Now, granted, whenever you get over here, you still do a absolute ton of damage to me because I thought the force... Yeah, we'll go over that in a minute, but I do some questionable force fields here. I see you leaving. We should definitely be checking for observers. I like that you put it on location, but I was also kind of hoping you'd put it on location, right? And I knew you were heading over here. Your supply's looking really good here. We are a bit blocked. We have no depots in the way. We also do not have an armory on the way. So I think that those are our two big mistakes here. Like, we could have just skipped, you know, a single marauder. Like, this one's queued up, this one's queued up, and just thrown on an armory. That way we could get +2 weapons started ASAP, and you would have a massive, massive upgrade lead on me, right? So Nico was right, by the way, with putting these between the bases. It made this a lot harder for me. I think you should have kept going even further, though. So, like, let's go back a sec. Like, you caught me at a position here where I'm at my third base, because the third base is most likely. I also put batteries here. So, like, there's a battery natural, 2 batteries third, but the natural is the place to go. You get in here without me knowing, right? So you come in here, and you stop fighting right here. I like that you kill the pylon, but you need to be moving while you're killing this pylon. So stutter step, A-clicking the pylon. A-click, A-click, A-click. Stop for a second, kill like 5, 6, 7 probes here. Then we go up the ramp. Now, your main target from going up the ramp should be Robo, and then or Robo Bay, and then try to kill as many workers as possible. That would be what I would say. Another thing you could also do is these units that are coming behind, you could lift those up and like boost them over here to this side, and suddenly you're fighting me in 2 areas. And this is all just in the, I don't have blink or charge, so it's like I'm having to slow chase you back over here, right? You could have also gone for the Nexus too. I respect the fact that you went for the probes. I think that was a good idea. Like, you end up killing a ton of workers here. But yeah, not a fantastic hold from me. Let's put it that way. You're definitely ahead at this moment. So what do we do to capitalize from here? If we take the Clem approach, we would lift this factory now, throw down a second starport on it, and start producing quad Viking at a time, and then go into Ghost Viking and eventually Liberators. That's how the meta. That's what the meta is currently. I like the follow-up mine drop. I think the third mine should have been in the main here, though. You drop right here. This is good. Got 4 probes there. Colossi plus Observer gave me high ground vision. Nice, you get a scout. My upgrades are super late in comparison. If we had an armory at a semi-decent time, you would actually... Your +2 would already be halfway done, right? So it's just like... The upgrades are... You're lacking in severely. Like, let's just think about... Let's see how long that actually took to... Like, your +1 finishes... 7:13. We don't have... We don't see it. Let's see when we get to see an armory start. There we go. 7:40. So an additional 40 seconds before the armory even started. Now we have to wait another 46 seconds. So it's like this was a minute and a half delay on your +2 right here. So this is a very, very significant deal. You could have maintained this massive upgrade lead you had on me. Like, I'm just now starting my +1 weapons. I forgot my forge. My forge is supposed to be going down at like 4:45 to 5 minutes, somewhere in there. I don't think I got it until like 6:15. So I'm just saying, and the reason why I'm harping on this so much is because, like, this would be an emphasis, like a capitalization on a mistake that I'm making as well, right? Having super fast upgrades can put you into positions like staying on top of your upgrades after they're already quick like that can put you in that kind of position. So I mean, I was not very on top of my pro production this game. This is a good fight for you. You fought at a great angle. I also didn't have enough stalkers to actually contest the Vikings in the air, like quick enough to stop you from killing the Colossi. I realize I have like no workers here still. Now I'm finally I'm stopping breaking rules. I actually have vision, like map vision now. As far as your army goes, we want to not be making as many Marines, but we also just don't want to be adding in mines anymore. Like, we should have lifted this for a second starport. Now, if you just got a second starport in general, that's also fine, but like, just the current meta is that mines are not reliable enough. And you don't want to be spending the money on them when then you could be spending the money on Vikings, basically. At least that's as far as I understand it. It also gave me a lot of time to come back. There's gonna be another fight here in a minute where, in my opinion, I think you have me dead, and you pull back and you don't kill me. You're still up by 2 upgrades, or about to be 1 upgrade actually, with by the time the fight happens. So it's never mind. I was gonna make an emphasis about that, but our +3 is not started though. Take this fight. Now you're eating some decently bad disruptor shots. However, let's watch how the rest of this fight goes, right? Kill the Colossus. I'm down to my last few units. It's one of those things where it's like if we just go, you should just go again, basically. Like don't give me any breathing room. You actually took, like, yes, you ate some pretty bad disruptor shots, but aside from that, the actual fight itself was actually pretty good for you, right? So it's just like, just keep holding down the gas. Huh, this is quite lucky timing. I wanted to get some attacks going because, oh, those probes should tell you that I have a base over there. But yeah, we come back here. So now your supply is kind of too low. It's not like in terms of like how long I had to regroup, right? Like you regrouped. Let's see. When were we fighting before? We're fighting 12:30. We regroup for like 10, 20, 30, about 30 seconds, maybe a little more. That was like 45 seconds from last fight to this fight. It's actually not that bad. But I do think, I don't think we should have completely escaped. Like, I have nothing to be able to chase you. I just now have Blink, but I also had like no units. So it's like, I wouldn't have even minded seeing you like unload over here and stem back in. Just like anything you can do to disrupt me, disrupt the flow as much as you can, right? That's the idea. And also the problem with that last fight is, yes, we traded army for army, but look at the worker count, right? It's like you're on a timer. Your army supply is massive, but you are on a timer. And I know that you're on a timer. And how do I know that? Because you're... Well, I'm about to find out that you don't have a 4th base yet as well. But even if you do have a 4th base, like, I'm already on this 5th full mining base, right? So... Run all these probes away. Send some counterattack zealots. Get a cancel on the 4th. And what are we doing here from your perspective? Let's see. So, take your vision. One of the best ways you can win, and don't forget this as a little trick, right? Is like, you could unsiege the libs, start running this way, you kill everything here, then we lift up, we boost into the main, and we put all of our stuff on the ramp here, right? Like, if you were able to clear my main, that would be a crazy amount of just production structures killed. I don't mind the position we have set up at the front here either, but... We got zealots and all the bases. Yeah, so let's see what we can do here. Because your army supply is still larger in general, but also just actively. Like, that's 16 supply. What is this? 26 supply, 28, 30, 32 of my army supply is across the map fighting you right now. Now, you don't know about this base, which is the only reason why I'm not too worried about engaging you. I'm also trying to spend my money before we take a fight. But let's just see how we could have engaged this potentially better. So we go for the fight. Are we fighting with our liberators here? They move up while I have a ton of stalkers here. So this is where I think you should run down, kill this, pick up, boost in main. Because, like, I'm ready. You scanned that I'm ready to fight you over here. So let's go where I'm not ready to fight you, right? And I know that this is, like, last desperation fight. This is part of the reason why I'm so willing and eager to take this fight out here. Because I know that you're also eager to take the fight. And whenever someone is eager to take the fight, the risk chance goes way up. The chance of you're just not playing as methodically as you could be, right? And I know that to be the same case for myself. However, I also know that you have, like, you're out of steam behind this. I am not out of steam behind this, right? Like, I have a full base, plus I still have all my production online. Actually, I have even more gateways coming down, about halfway down to 2. Like, I will have things to follow this up. So even if we trade, like, somewhat evenly or a little bit poorly, it's like, it's still a good trade for me. These are units that you can't replace. So something to think about when it comes to this fight and you're feeling like that little bit of desperation moment. It's very important that you take a second to yourself and you think about what I want you to be doing, which in this case it is fighting me. Like I want you to be feeling the pressure that you need to get something done right now. That's what I'm looking for, because that's what's going to make units like Disruptor shine, which you see right here. Also, as far as the run-bys go, I think we should have bunker, depot, surround, and then bunker between these two right here, and then depot, depot. You do that, you won't have to worry about zealot run-bys the majority of your games. You'll have time to react, pull the SCVs to the bunkers, and then the zealots will not be able to get by. It's what I see all like GM level Terrans doing at the moment, and it's pretty effective. Also, if we want to think about the Korean turret layout that we were talking about, right? You'd want to put maybe one missile turret here, and then one like right here, and then same one here, and then one like over here. Do that, and you keep your base safe. 4 turrets only. Or it's not like we also only did 4 turrets here, but I still think it's less safe because I can drop at your third base. I can see this. I can go like drop, and then go into your main base, something like that. Like, and of course there are ways to circumnavigate, but I'm saying it makes it easier to deflect and delay. Thank you so much for submitting these games, Red. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, you know I'm always around. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!